Hey y'all, you got me. This is DJ Strick, and I am so happy about the opportunity to be right here in the Streamers Hub. I've been thinking about you. I really have. And one of the things that I have been thinking about with you is how to reduce my intro countdown time. I've been watching the show and it's like, hey, my countdown time it's a little long for me. And if you're watching this in a replay, it's really long for you. So I reduced it a little bit to help me out. I did need a little time as I you do have to click the button and it does have to analyze and get you on. So I do need a little bit of the countdown, but I don't need a 2 minute countdown anymore, right? I want to get to you and I'm sure you want to see this content. And that's why I'm here tonight. Let me get started with a few announcements. You know how we do it. I want to talk about if you would like to be a part of our Streamers Partnership Program. I'm just sharing with you a way to do it. You want to send one of your largest social media platforms, the one with the most likes, the most friends, the most followers, to content at onestream.live. Email your information there, and potentially you could be like me on with the Streamers Partnership Program. You could be streaming live with OneStream Live, okay? And I also want to share there's two things that's going on with our affiliate program. So you still have the 55% commission on every purchase, but now there's also a 25% recurring commission that you can earn. Now, this, of course, has been asked for by a lot of affiliates and is a ongoing thing. So if someone gets it and they're paying a monthly subscription, you also get a part of that. So go on to onestream.live and you want to go to the affiliate marketing program, fill out all the details, make sure that you're inside of this program because pays phenomenally. Okay, it is really good. And I don't want you to miss out on any chances to earn money by the end of this year and including 2024. That being said, let's jump into it tonight. There's no special graphics tonight. It's just me and you. We're going to be talking about um, some of the things that you need to be doing to be ready for 2024. Like, what are the trends? What are the strategies that you need to be aware of for this next year? It is important that everything that you may have learned in 23, 22, 21, that you now try to implement some things that will take your live streaming to the next level. All right. With OneStream Live, we make it really simple and easy for you. There are some things that you can do inside of the studio that can make or take your live stream to the next level. And this is for everybody. So if you're doing how-to videos, if you are selling a widget or a project, or if you are telling people about your service, if you're reading stories, anything that you can possibly do live, guess what? There's one thing that's going to be a trend that's already going internationally, but in the States, it's going to pick up, and that is selling live. Say, well, I don't really have a show that I sell anything. I'll be honest with you. If you want to grow an audience, okay, if you want to grow an audience, you're going to have something, whether that's a free product that they can download. You still need a link for that while you are live streaming. You need to have a link so people can see it. If you are selling courses, if you're selling t-shirts, like this nice one-string t-shirt that I have on, if you're selling any type of merchandise, if you're selling products and widgets, I don't know why I always call products and widgets that, why I always say that, but I always do. And the reason why I mentioned that is because live selling is the way to go. And we have a feature inside of OneStream Live that is live selling, where you're able to put any product that you have inside of the program. And I haven't done this in a while, but I want to show you some of the things that I have inside of the network already that you can do. I know at one point I was showing some of the things that you can get through um, Amazon sales. We were talking about that. Boom, there it is. Okay. Not only is it there, but it also lands inside of the chat with all of the links for people to get it. Like, this makes it so easy. Okay. This makes it so easy. So now I'm going to remove it. And I have another product I want to put up. So let's go to the next product. And oh, back down to sales. And this was a mug from some of my wife's stuff. Boom, there it is. Okay. It is really that simple. I'm adding a picture onto the screen. And it's the link to actually get it is also inside of the comments. It's there. Okay, with the price and everything. So that's how easy you putting in live streaming inside of what you do. That is really that simple. This is going to be a trend. Let me remove it, get it off the screen here. It's going to be a trend, guys, to where no matter what you're doing, you want to have the ability to be able to put whatever it is that you're talking about on the screen with a link so that people can purchase it. Okay. Like, that's going to be a really big deal. Now, I am a YouTube guy, right? So I like YouTube. I think YouTube is the definitely the way to go when it comes to your live streaming. It is one of the places that's going to help you get monetized because of your audience growth. You have two things to kind of overcome: 1,000 subscribers and then 4,000 watch hours. And after that, anytime someone comes to your page and watches your content and also watch an ad, you get paid for the ad that they watched. I like the concept. But I also feel like what's going to be trending even more, uh, especially next year, you're going to see the hosted pages through OneStream, where you can have your own basically landing page that you can share with an audience and say, hey, I'm going to send you this link where if you paid for opportunity to see me, to go through my program, and then they get that paid for link. It's basically behind a wall, and you can do whatever you want to do, and people would have paid for it already. You definitely monetized your content without using other social media programs, no more than to advertise it. But once you have it on your own hosted page, guess what you get when you're not on all the other platforms? You get to be able to produce the material that you want to produce. And it doesn't have to be in line with YouTube, TikTok, Facebook, or any of that. It's basically whatever you want to talk about and your audience is willing to pay for. Okay, guys, I'm telling you, hosted pages. There's a couple of ways to do it. You can have your own URL. You can get a custom URL, and basically, you have purchased a URL for that you can then send to people once they sign up for your program, or you can then embed your video into your own web page. So if you have a paid for or password protected YouTube page, they actually pay for the password, then go to that page and log in with that password. They now have access on your website to whatever you want to talk about. So there are tons of ways to do this, but I think that the trend is going to be you having real ownership of your content. You're live streaming. You have real ownership because you don't have to rely on any of the social media platforms to be able to push your content out to your audience. Those are two things right there, guys. I'm not even 10 minutes in, and I'm telling you some trends that is just mind blowing. If you can then find ways to grow an audience to be able to use these features, promise you, you're going to see more and more of these live sales. You're going to see more and more of people having using their own website or using the hosted pages that OneStream has to then be able to push content out to their audience that, guess what, they control, not somebody else. All right. So the other thing I want you to be mindful of is audience trends for 2024. Okay. You want to be sure that whatever niche you're in, whatever audience you have built, that you know what they like or don't like. Okay. How do you know that? Basically, you're going to look back at some of your analytics and say, hey, based on the videos I've done in the past, this is what the audience really liked. You're also going to use potentially something like a vidIQ or TubeBuddy, and these tools also help you stay ahead of the curve with trends, letting you know what your particular niche audience likes. Want to be sure that you're diving in to any kind of changes in your audience, any kind of new programs or new social media platforms, like when Threads came in. I don't know if you guys jumped on Threads from Facebook, but I did. Why? You just never know what new social media platform would come in that you could start using to connect with people. You never know. I believe in early adoption. Like, you just have to be an early adopter. You can't wait till they have a trillion um, people on that platform to get on. It's too late by that time. You want to get on early so as people come in, they see your numbers and your numbers grow from people coming in behind you if you're active. Okay, I do want to say that you have to be active in these communities, but you know audience trends. What are they doing? What do they talk about? What foods do they like? What things do they do for hobbies? What I mean, you want to talk about all these things that may intrigue your audience to keep them going. All right. So the other thing is any kind of platform updates. YouTube has made some recent updates. It was 2 years ago where they kind of introduced shorts in competition with TikTok. Like, you want to know when the platforms start to change, guess what? They are pushing that new change. So, what you may have done in the past, like if you were on Instagram posting pictures, in the past, that was great. That's what you needed to do. Now is video content on Instagram, very few pictures. Pictures don't go as far as the reels on Instagram. You want to be knowledgeable about that. Same thing with YouTube Shorts, like the carousel with the shorts. You can now see them on televisions. Like, if you are using a particular app or smart television, you can still see YouTube Shorts in the carousel that'll recommend it to you. So you want to stay up on the platforms. What are the platforms doing? What are they changing? Because once they change, you want to be a part of that change. I said being an early adopter, the worst thing you could do is when a program has a new feature, say, I ain't got time for that. I don't want to do that. You're going to miss the boat. Even if it doesn't work, it behooves you as a content creator to move with those platforms. Guess what? If it's YouTube, think about this now. YouTube is connected to Google, right? Google being one of the largest search engines, well, the largest search engine in the world, making YouTube the second largest search engine in the world. The research, the analytics, um, that is going on behind the scenes, trying to stay ahead of these other search engines, trying to know what trends are, trying to recommend. The algorithm is trying to recommend to us all the time what it thinks we are asking for, right? Because you go to Google to search something, it's trying to give you the answer that you asked for. It has all the research. Okay. So when they are trending or they come out with a new feature, please believe that YouTube, its new feature has been vetted, has been researched, and this is the direction that the company wants to go now. You must get on board and not say, I'm not going to do that new trend until it starts trending and everybody's doing it. And guess what? You are behind the wave. What you want to do is catch the wave when it starts. All right. This is a concept that I didn't make, but it is talked about the waves of content and the changes in content creation. Like YouTube is first initial wave. It wasn't a big wave, but people got on and began to make content. One of the last waves for YouTube content came during the pandemic. Guess what? Everybody's at home and they're consuming YouTube content. They're consuming Netflix, television. I mean, they're consuming everything. They're on their computers, they're on their phones, they're on their television watching content all day long because they could not leave home. That was a wave. So if you were able to establish yourself during the pandemic, there are several YouTubers that started like right at the beginning of the pandemic and have soared in their subscriber base because they knew their niche and they got on and caught the wave as people were watching. And that can happen to you as well if you're knowledgeable or if you acknowledge, hey, this platform has changed and I want to do what it's doing. How do you do that? YouTube has a creator corner. They're always sending emails to you. Read those emails about whatever new that's coming up. Instagram has a creative corner, so does Facebook or Meta. So basically, they're sending information to content creators. You can actually go to a particular page and watch videos that they're producing about the changes or about what they are looking for. There's really no secret on any of these platforms how their algorithm works. You just have to work the algorithm as best you know how. And they have information you can get at any time all about it. Now, I'm a little over 15 minutes in this, and I know that I have given you a lot of information. If you're watching this, and you enjoy the information I'm giving you and it makes sense to you, do me a favor, hit the like button. Let One Stream Live know that you're watching this and that you appreciate the information you're getting on the Streamers Hub. All right. We want to continue to talk about how in this 2024, like the strategy for making content. Like I'm just trying to help you. These things, if you're taking notes here, will make the difference. When I first started just making content online in 2020, okay, about 2020, and I had done some stuff already. Now, of course, I had a YouTube channel all the way back 2007. All right, that I have a couple videos. Don't go watch my early videos. I'm sorry, I am very embarrassed. I'm not going to take them down because you can see a lot of growth, but I am really embarrassed about some of those old videos. We do so much better now. That being said, when I did get started, I took a lot of advice from other content creators about how often you should go on. So they would tell you, hey, you want to get what you want to make a decision and be consistent. So I believe in going live, and in the live communities, people will choose their day, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, whatever day it was that you were going to go live, you're going to do that day at that particular time. And that's what you're going to communicate to your audience. Streamers Hub, Monday nights, 7 p.m. That's it. That is not. So the expectation that I'm setting for my audience is like every Monday at 7 p.m. I'm going to be live. That's 52 Mondays in a year or something like that. It's 52 weeks. So I'm going to say 52 Mondays, right? There's no way I can do 52 Mondays in a year live sitting in this studio for you. I want to, but there's so many things that's going on in a year on Monday night. So guess what? Christmas lands on Monday night, if I remember right. Yeah, the 25th is a Monday night. Guess who won't be streaming that night? Me. So you want to be mindful of the holidays that are coming up. And I'm talking about creating a content calendar. You want to know when the special days of the year are, especially if they land on the day that you stream on. You have to make a decision. There's several options that you could do. You could have a party on that day, all right? Specializing on whatever holiday that is and pushing it. A Christmas party on Christmas Day. I'm not doing that, but this is just an example, right? You can record something that will play live. Of course, what stream live is the best place to be playing recorded videos as they are live. So that's an option, or is an option to just rest. All right, to not be on that day. You tell your audience, hey, we're going to be off on Christmas celebrating with our family, and we're not going to be live. Guess what? Your audience will understand that. Even an international audience will understand if you're going to be off celebrating Christmas. So I'm saying all that to say 2024, look at your calendar. Don't stress yourself out trying to do 52 weeks. So if I'm not I think I'm correct with this. So in Hollywood, there's two formulas they use. They use a 13-week uh, uh, episode. So they have 13 episodes all in the front of the year. That's when they're on, or they do 26 weeks. Okay, they do not do 52. And in Hollywood, they are off on the summers. Okay, they take off. So I think it's important. So I will tell you this. I showed the mug earlier from my wife. I don't know if I can bring it back up, but she is a performing jazz artist, right? Um, I'll bring the mug back up or add to stream. There you go. This is off the top. This is one of her singles that she did, right? Off the top. And we travel a lot during the summertime. Like we travel a lot during the summer. And with that traveling, um, I look a little pixelated here. I'm sorry, I'm just now noticing that. I don't know what that is. Hold on, let me see if I can fix something here. Hopefully that gets it better. Why I look like that. Anyways, so in the summertime, I got so distracted when I saw how pixelated I was. I apologize, guys. This has got to be like I have like the cleanest. I like being like crispy is what I call it, like everything nice and sharp. Didn't look like it picked up any, but that's the way I like it. That being said, my wife is a performing smooth jazz artist. And in the summertime, we do what we call festival tours. Well, in the festivals, guess what? I'm out on the weekends with her. So if I have to be on Mondays, like I'm traveling on Sundays, there's some Mondays, guess what? I can't be on because I may be super tired coming off of the weekend traveling with her. So I had to be thinking like during the summertime where we really get busy traveling together, that some of those Mondays either I need to pre-record for or I just need to take off. So those are some things that are coming up for me that I'm going to be aware of, especially when we're talking about those June and July dates. June and July are like the hotbed for her to be traveling on the weekends. And I just want to be mindful that I want to give you the best content, and I can't give you the best content if I'm super tired. Okay. I mean, Monday nights are what they are anyway. It's the best time for all of us because it's at some point for me, it is a little slow, but you're coming off of Monday, which you come off the weekend and all stuff has happened. And Mondays you're chilling out. It's a great time to watch the streamers hub, right? But for me to actually be on, I have to get to the place where I got the energy to do it. So I have to be more thoughtful of my yearly calendar so that I can come on and give you the best content that I have. And you want to be thinking about that as well. So I was thinking, man, well, what if I do a 13-week episode? So I do 13-week episodes starting in January, starting the first Monday in January, which is the 8th. That would lead me to um, April 1st. Yeah, if I remember right, that would lead me to Monday, April 1st, April Fool's Day. So, what if instead of doing 13 weeks straight, I just do 10? Because there may be a couple of days that I am out. I may not want to be live on April Fool's Day because it is also the day after Easter, and Easter is a big deal for me, like celebrating Easter is. So I may want to take that weekend off. So doing 10 episodes and then finding a break in between. So you do 10 episodes and you say, well, we're going to break for 4 weeks and then come back and do 10 more weeks. Now I have to go through the whole calendar to see how that makes sense, especially with if I do 10 between April. If I do 10, like I got to figure out where my break is and how long the break could be because I really want to do 10 before June. And I may get away with doing a couple of shows at the beginning of June, like the first 2 Mondays in June, and then the second 2 Mondays I'm off, and then I'm off all of July and come back maybe the second Monday in August. These are things that you have to think about with for us. The 4th of July is in there. There's it's a holiday at the end of May. That Memorial Day is at the end of May, and all of these things you just have to think about. Hey, am I on vacation? Am I back on Monday night? What content can I make around this? What holidays can we then celebrate on the show? Or is there something we could be selling around this time that makes sense? Okay. This is all inside of your content calendar. So February, let me not, I mean, we can have a Valentine's Day show or a Valentine's type show celebrating all the lovers. And I can have the hearts in the background and all the other kind of stuff. Those are things that you want to think about when you have a content calendar. Okay. All right. So let me see here. Erica is saying something. Hey, really enjoyed the replay last night of the stream show. Thank you for coming through and hanging out with me, Erica. I really do appreciate you being a part of our show. Okay, great. So, the other thing you want to think about coming into making a great strategy for 2024 is how you diversify your content. Now, I'm going to give you some things here that I want you to be aware of, and I want to look this up so I can give you the exact way to do it. Now, when you're diversifying your stuff, there it is. Yeah, I want to be sure I had it right. When you're diversifying, so someone like me that likes to do long form live content, that content has the ability to be repurposed. Okay, into short form videos. So I like using 60-second videos or less because you can use them across all platforms. So you have to be sure that whatever you're doing, you're producing it originally with that in mind. I need to give out some thoughts within 1 minute so that I can then repurpose this into YouTube Shorts. Now, the other platforms, you can go a little longer, but YouTube Shorts is you have to be less than 60 seconds. But that's just one thing you want to be thinking about. You want to diversify your content to live, long form content, short recorded content, repurposed long form content, and then something that fits into all of the other demographics Facebook, Instagram, TikTok that you can kind of share. Okay, on all of those platforms. You want to be able to use something like a social media manager where you can schedule it out. And I was going to tell you this Opus Clips. Opus Clips. So OPUS Clips. OPUS Clips is something that's out right now that I've used to take my long form content and it breaks it down, but also will give you a score of how successful that particular short form reel or short would be for you. And it gives you a description of why that score was given. It is awesome. All right. Now, this is one of the things that I want to add next. So diversify, use Opus Clips to actually cut your long form video down to short form. And before I make this next point, I want to be sure that I say that. Let me repeat it. Diversify. Have more than just a live stream or a recorded video. You want to be able to have videos that could be placed on any platform, especially since now reels and shorts are taking over. They get so much more visibility. But the ticket is, if you're a live streamer like me, allow your live stream to be your source for the clippings. So you can repurpose that live stream and actually have up to 10 different clips that will come out of that live video that you did using something like Opus Clips, OPUS Clips. All right, check it out. I told you about it. I'm just trying to keep you guys in know. Like, I want you to be like me and know what's going on, right? So, that being said, the other thing that's going to be important for you in 2024, I want you to hear this. Everyone, you're going to have to embrace AI in your content, whether that's recorded or live. AI, AI technology is going to be your friend. It's going to allow you to do more work faster. Okay. Now, it's not for people. I'm put you like this. I want to say this right. AI is just a help and assistant to help you do your work. Okay. Now, if you rely on AI to answer a question for you and you don't know the answer to the question or another way to verify the answer to the question, you're going to miss it because the technology is not all the way there to be 100% answering questions. It is a place where you can go for ideas, but you kind of have to know the road that you're traveling down. All right. I hope that makes sense to you. Like we um, can't just rely on AI to answer all the questions and do everything for you. And if you may have seen this, if you ever tried to use an AI app and what's got text to image, and you text in what you want the image to look like, and then some weird thing comes out, like and you have to like restate what you're looking for. Sometimes AI will be that way, and you just need to be aware that you're using AI in the right way, but integrating it into what you're trying to do is going to be the difference. All right. So AI could help do a presentation like this. So if I had all this stuff written out and I needed to put it into a presentation instead of doing the presentation and the graphics and all that myself, basically I can throw the text into an AI software and it will give me the presentation. All right. It would do the graphics and the images and all of that for me. Now, again, those things are not 100%. If I had to go and tweak a slide here and there, it's not like producing the whole slide. Embracing AI technology in all assets or all forms of pre-recorder or live streaming will make the difference for you. I'm 30 minutes in. I probably have given you 6 tips. I am not finished. I hope that you guys are taking notes. Please tell me you're taking notes. If this is worth it for you tonight. Now, I enjoy talking about this kind of stuff, to be honest with you. It also it really does encourage me as well because I'm thinking about all these things that are happening. It's like, man, I need to do that. I need to do this. I need to do that. And I'm hoping you're feeling the same thing that I'm feeling and taking the notes so that you could go back or replay this so you can catch everything that I'm saying. Because I know I'm from the South and in the US, and I have a diction that sometimes you just have to say, what did he say? Like if we were live in it together, hey, can you say that again? So I want to be sure you are getting all of this because it will help you as you're building a strategy for 2024. I want 2024 to be the best year in your content creation. And guess what? I know something. I know you can do it. All right. I know you can do it. Embrace the new technology. Also, you want to be thinking about how your information could be searched with SEO, that you're staying on top of the titles and description. So why is that important? Number one, your title needs to be important so people, if they are searching something, that they search your title. So you need to be mindful of like even in this one, making a strategy for 2024. This those two words, people are going to be looking for strategy in 2024. Guess what? That is optimized if someone puts those words in any combination or the year in any combination. Guess what? The title for this show will come up inside of your description. Guess what? You want to put strategies in 2024 and then an explanation of what people could get from the show. All those things help you with SEO. All right. Search engine optimization. You want to be sure that what you're doing could be searched, it will be searched. That's why a lot of people were doing how to videos. And the whole idea is someone is going into Google and they're saying how to do something. And you have videos that start with how to. All right. So if they're ever looking to how to how to do what's that, live sales, how to do live sales of One Stream Live, guess what? You got the information. Like that's easy to throw up on a title. I'm giving you video ideas. Like if you know how to do this, that's a video idea for you to get people to come to your channel. Okay. Oh man, so I want to speed up here just a little bit. Collaborations is another strategy for the next year. If you're not collaborating with people inside or outside of your community, you may really be missing an opportunity to grow. All right, everybody, have a particular niche that you're in, right? You want to know who has the larger channels in that niche. All right. Who's really doing it? Who's been there for a while? Who's respected as a thought leader in that area? And you want to figure out who they are and who their community is. You may want to be a part of their community, watching what they do and understanding what they do for a while. And maybe they may be too big to come on your show and not have enough time because they're creating, or maybe someone in the comments, all right, their moderator or someone that you find in their comments that you really like some of the things that they share. You can ask that person, hey, would you come on my show and talk about those same things that you shared on your channel? The collaboration will work. Even if you are a small channel, guess what? People love to help. And if asked the right way, most people will say yes. They'll just make time for you. Collaboration really does work. Now, people start asking you, would you be on their show? You want to be careful about what shows you go to, and you want to be careful to invite the right people to your show. So please do your research on both ends. I had to at one point, and I had to do this because I actually reached out to a guy that I knew, and I wanted to do his show, but I never watched his show. So after I watched the show, it's like, nah, I don't know with his format and what he asked me to do that my audience or his audience would appreciate me based off of what he does on his show. And I had to cancel the date. I hated to do that, but it really was going to be a waste of time for me. Like, why would you want to do that, right? No, what I wouldn't suggest you waste your time on an audience that's not yours, or a niche that is outside of your niche. Now, you want to collaborate with people where there's some type of common ground. And I didn't think, it's me, I didn't think that that common ground was enough. Okay. But again, that's just me. You may have a completely different idea about it. I am just bringing this up with collaboration so that you are truly aware that collaborations could help or not help you. Okay, cool. All right. So, another thing, I kind of mentioned this earlier. You want to be sure that as you begin the year, that you always go back as often as you can to check your analytics. You want to know how you're performing throughout the year. You want to know, like, I have also looked at 2023, all of the titles that I did, because some of these titles you want to update for 2024, like all of the titles that you can redo. and how they perform. Like, you want to know, what is your top rated video for the year? Like, where did you get the most streams from? You want to know what you got the least stream from. Like, people really didn't resonate with this title, and maybe it was the thumbnail, maybe it was the title, maybe people just weren't interested. You want to know all of those things, okay? And you want to review it, and you want to be sure that you have it down. And last thing for tonight, because I've been talking. Last thing for tonight, you want to be sure that you take the time out to review your technology inside of your studio. All right. There may be some things, some cameras that are new that you can get. I would tell anybody, one of the best investments you can ever make in your live stream studio is your lighting. Like, you may want to think, hey, I have a few extra dollars. I want to upgrade. What should I start with? And I'm going to tell you, your lighting all the time, being sure that you level up with your lighting so that it makes a difference. Okay. I like my lighting setup, but I can always have more accent lights in here. That's just me. I may be looking at another accent light to bring in to be sure that the color walls bounces the way I want it to. Those are things that, as I review, I'm saying, hey, this is something I could be looking into. All right. So you always want to be aware of the technology that's going on, new phones, new lights, new microphones, new interfaces, new computers. All of those things should be something that you think about at some point before you start the year. Now, I have talked. If you have anything that you want to add, please add them into the comments. And as this video grows, I will come back and look at the comments. If you appreciate what we talked about tonight and it really was engaging and encouraging and helpful to you, please hit the like button. Let OneStream Live know that you have learned something through the process of watching the Streamers Hub. Every Monday night, 7 p.m., I am on. I'm DJ Strick, and this has been a true blessing. I am here every Monday night, except the fourth Monday night, because it is Christmas, but we're going to have a great time up until. So again, leave me a comment. I want to thank everybody for watching, even if you had to watch in a replay. And I'll see you guys next week. That is my plan, to be here next Monday at 7 o'clock. And then guess what? We'll do this all over again. Hey, this is DJ Strick, and I've had an awesome time with you today. Thank you for watching another edition of the Streamers Hub right here on OneStream Live.